Good morning. Thank you all. All right, so you're probably wondering what is Reverend Michele talking about? Dancing with the donkey. What is that? So I have a few questions for you. The first one is, have you ever waltzed with a wombat or jitterbug with a jaguar? Well, if you have, then you might want to consider dancing with the donkey. So metaphysically, a donkey represents our stubbornness, our inability to move beyond our comfort zone, our inability to make needed changes to better our lives, that we are either afraid to make or we don't want to be inconvenienced by trying something new if we were to change. April 2020, an auspicious time, because the highest energies and the holiest of observances all occurred in this month, this year. That doesn't always happen. Passover, Palm Sunday, Easter Sunday, and Ramadan were all celebrated this month. Passover commemorated the Israelites' liberation from enslavement in Egypt. They passed over from an old state of consciousness into a new one. Likewise, Muslims honored Ramadan this month by fasting from food and from conflict and from lying. For them, the season of Ramadan is a time for self-reflection, spiritual growth, and a time to grow in moral character. In the Christian tradition, Palm Sunday represents each of us on our journeys to fulfillment and peace. In life's continuum, we have both sacred moments of discovery and dark nights of the soul. But like our lives, the valleys of death are meant to be passed through, not homesteaded. Palm Sunday showed Christ, the infinite creative potentiality, the innate truth, and the light within us all, embodied in the physical form of Jesus, a mere mortal human being like me and like you. The Christ within is always inviting us to weave our humanity with our divinity. Thus, now is the time during springtime when everything is blooming and the energy is high. Now is the time to be channels for God's creations. This is what Easter represents, a time of resurrection. We get do-overs. We get to grow. We get to renew ourselves. We get to be re-energized. And renewal requires faith. Faith in the field of possibilities, discovery, and newness within ourselves. So, whether creating a new way of being or innovations to advance medicine, we have a light within which seeks to shine in wonder and radiance through each and every one of us. It takes courage and curiosity to explore our dreams and our uniqueness. And we can cultivate courage by deepening our understanding of who and what we are as spiritual beings. We can express our individuality by being our authentic selves. So rather than deny, resist, or abandon his donkey, Jesus rode it into Jerusalem. Now is a season to dance with the donkey. Our donkeys are paradoxical, by the way. They can harm us or they can help us. Help us to persevere when facing adversity and harm us if we need to change and we don't. So here's an example of the contrary nature of the donkey. I'm going to read a paragraph from a story that I wrote, Forever Changed, and it appears in Inspiration in Small Doses. As the years passed, Dad became less able to care for himself. As his health declined, his dependency inclined. There's a paradox. And so did his stubbornness, for he feared losing his independence. However, his obstinance kept the embers of life burning within him. So he was too stubborn to transition. He was too stubborn to give up his independence. And so that helped him. However, I believe that because of that obstinance, he lived a lot longer than he otherwise would have had he succumbed to his fear of having to depend on someone else. So dance with them rather than deny, fight, or abandon the challenges, the changes, the people, or the issues that show up in your life. Be willing to be inspired and grown by all of your donkeys. Sometimes you will be wild in a mosh pit. A mosh pit it happened in the 80s, you all started happening, where you go to these concerts and there were no seats and you stand up front. Well, the mosh pit was up front and people were dancing and they were crazy out of their minds. And so sometimes our donkeys represent that kind of chaos in our lives. I liken it to creativity, creative chaos. Other times, you'll be a lithe dancer where there is beautiful choreography. But in either case, hold yourself in love, compassion, and grace when confronting your donkeys. An unlimited reservoir of strength always supports you at every step of your sacred path. And the universe will give you a nudge, will give you a push, pushing you forward because it must. There's no regression in spirit. On the contrary, the divine mind is forever evolving new ideas, and these ideas are forever urging us to greater opportunity and greater heights. Only those who look backward and are afraid to move forward grow feeble. So do you want to get caught up in your stagnation? Do you want to freeze into salt like Lot's wife? Or do you want to advance your soul? The laws of life are of growth, expansion, and increase. And we must accept this, for it has been given unto us freely. And all that it takes is that we dance, following its footsteps. Follow its urges, and I'm talking about it with the capital I, to a more prosperous and fuller life. Now is the season for growth and change. Mother Nature and the universal laws of increase, they all are here to support you. You can dance with your donkeys or you can resist them. So one of the things that I wanted to do today, you all, is I wanted us to do a little inner work. And so I have posed a question. And I'm actually going to put you into breakout rooms so that you can discuss this question. But the question is, name something you know will change your life, but you can't bring yourself to do it. And then the follow-on question, once you have identified that donkey, is why not? So do some good work. So you all need to unmute so that we can have a conversation. Okay, Ashley, so this looks like you and me. We have our mics open. So name something that you know will change your life, but you can't do it. For some reason, you can't do it.
Okay, trading Forex is my desire to that I know will change my life, doing it successfully. And currently, my main drawback on that is how to fix it into the time limit that I have.
And so your affirmation, you know, the quality that actually counters, you know, all of those issues around time would be what? So that's another way of saying, what would your prayer request be in this situation? How would you want the universe to support you? All righty, okay. So that's so that you'll definitely have more time. Okay, welcome back, dear ones. So what we'd like to do is I'd like to hear from each room again, the qualities of spirit that you need to support you in doing that thing, that whatever it is that you have been reluctant to do, although you know it would be for the betterment of your life. So let's start with room one. So open your mic and come into the conversation.
Yes, greetings to you, Reverend.
Greetings.
Yes, it was a very, very good conversation, deeply. Like when I saw this message, I think yesterday I saw the message. That was a very early morning here in Africa. So I saw the message, you know, the title like dancing with the donkey. I was like, dancing with the donkey, dancing with the donkey. How can it be? What kind of accent is this one? What kind of? So I was thinking, I was contemplating, I was like, dancing with a donkey. Now, okay, let me look for a donkey anyway. Maybe I can dance with a donkey. And you know, I was just like dancing with the donkey. I said, okay, but I know that there is always a justice when we come to this place with a great mind. So my own donkey was a donkey, like my own donkey that I share with our sister Patrice was like Patrice was I paranoid, you know.
Okay.
I put a lot of, when I put a lot of effort in something, I put a lot of my time, sacrifices, I put a lot of things in something, and people are not giving me back what I'm putting in, or I am not getting a result. And what I need to at that moment of my life was for me to be patient enough to sit back and to relax and to observe and to see the area that I can improve myself, or the area that I can really manage myself. But when a little thing just comes in, maybe somebody just ignite me in a negative form or a word of negativity to make me to paranoid. I will just, I'm not even paranoid, I will para. They call it in Africa para. You para when you're paraing, you know. So I will just boil out things that I've been keeping in my mind. I'll begin to pour it out with anger. But later on, like what I see, Sister Patrice may mention or said, because I mentioned that if I know that I've done wrong, immediately I'll begin to get my senses. No. You've talked beyond this. No. You've said something that you don't need to. Immediately I begin to go back and say, oh, sorry guys. Oh, sorry, please. I'm very, very sorry for my anger. I don't mean to, but just because of this, I will just okay, sorry, please, in any way that so just like I chased the tail of my donkey, or how did the sister Patrice put that word, you know? So I quickly recollect and regain my momentum of positivity. So that is my donkey. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Got it. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
I gotta add.
Thank you. You're welcome.
When he was talking, based on what he was saying, I told him, I said, "Oh, it sounds like your donkey was chasing his tail."
Yes. Donkey chasing his tail. That's right. That's right word. I think that's a bombshell. Yes, that's the word. Yeah.
Now we both were the donkey for both of us was his was impatience, and mine is what did I say it was?
Yeah, your
procrastination.
Procrastination. Let me help you out with it. So it is interwoven.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Procrastination and impatience.
Got it. All right. Thank you so much. Room 2.
Our donkey was fear, the resistance of moving into our sovereignty and into our power, the fear of enlightenment, and there are understanding frequency, energy, frequency, and vibration. Then we concluded that accepting. I walked away with after our conversation of accepting our feeling, images, and thoughts brings us back to our heart and into the energy of today, because this is a new energy. What happened 2019, that energy is gone, and and we are now preparing ourselves to live in a new world, and to live in the new world we must accept our feelings, our images, and our thoughts, for that is what creates our world.
Thank you so much. Got it. All righty. Room 3, Carolyn and Iva.
Before we leave room 2, could I say something?
Oh, sure. I'm sorry. I thought she captured it for you. Come on in, Joan.
It was a delightful conversation with the master, Alma Stevens, and I was very lucky to draw her to me this morning for no good reason, except it was a miracle. Now I believe in miracles.
It was an algorithm, Joan. Go ahead.
I've always understood the word acceptance intellectually, but now I'm starting to feel the word acceptance at a heart level now rather than the intellectual level. And that is one I'm going to be working on now. And thank you so much, Alma. And this group and this idea of breaking off to talk with one another was outstanding. And now I just wanted to say that, okay?
Well, thank you for saying that. I appreciate you.
Down.
Oh, you're welcome, my dear.
Room 3.
Okay. Room 3 came up with basically the same thing. It was resistance. Resistance to moving forward in our life for whatever reason. And basically it came down to not embodying the 7 ups for the outpicturing in our physical world. And one of the affirmations that we made was, I accept my worthiness to receive love. And the other was, I am focused on honoring myself and others by keeping my commitments timely. So really it's just with resistance to basically what is.
Right. Got it. Thank you. And then I'm not gonna just move on to the next group. I'm gonna stop. Put in the chat was her donkeys are procrastination and stubbornness.
Oh.
You don't
Mine
have
is,
to. If you want to, you can.
yeah, I want to. It's just
Okay.
this one is beyond a donkey. It's a plague. Control. I mine is control. I like to control the situation.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I do that, I don't let things be. I'm not realizing that everything is in divine order. And so I learned that during the course of, being in these meetings. Control is not trusting the divine source. So I'm still learning to do that, because even though I'm aware of it, I wasn't aware of being controlling, but now that I'm aware of it, I could then let go.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you. So you all, I have captured everybody's, and I am going to compose a treatment that is inclusive of everyone's need. But first, I'd like to share with you a quote by Ernest Holmes that I think sums this up. We should have a deep sense of calm and peace, abiding faith and trust in the universe. Trust is the essence of faith, the beauty of religion. And I think that it was just perfect that you went last, Lavette, because it really speaks to your need, or the quality that you are hoping to express more. So if we could just take the journey within for just a few seconds, you all, I'd like to pray us out. Father, Mother, life, you are my life, my health, protection, perfect fulfillment of every need, and my highest inspiration. And it's from that place in consciousness that I speak my word on behalf of every person who participated in this service today. I am calling in prosperity for Ashley and for everyone. His life is blessed. It's abundant. He has more than enough time to engage in his passion, which is day trading. He is supported by the universe. I speak my word on behalf of Lavette, just imbuing her with absolute trust and faith in the invisible. There's no need to control anything, for all is in divine order. And for Adepuju, emotional intelligence, the ability to manage and control and to regulate his emotions. And I know that this is a work in progress, and as he becomes more skillful at regulating his emotions, he's quick to ask for forgiveness. And he is forgiven, for to err is human. And on behalf of Patricia, there is no such thing as procrastination, for the urge, the divine ideas that are named for Patricia to bring into expression moves her forward. Nothing appears overwhelming, nothing holds her back, because she is divinely supported by the universe. And on behalf of the Reverend Dr. Elma Stevens and Joan, acceptance. Accepting your feelings, images, thoughts, and emotions. And to do that at a heart level, not just a head level. For we know that we are here to live our lives on purpose, and our lives are to accept and to reveal what is ours to usher into fruition. And on behalf of Berna, she overcomes procrastination and she uses her stubbornness to help her, not harm her. When she needs to persevere, when she needs that stamina to go the distance, that's when her donkey stubbornness shows up. And it goes away when there is resistance to doing something new, to learning something new, to stepping into one's greatness. And on behalf of Iva and Carolyn, the perfect embodiment of the 7 ups. And in so doing, there is no place for resistance on any level to take up space in their individual minds and consciousness. They are aware of all. And therefore, being aware of all that is for them to do, they honor their commitments. They are in perfect integrity with themselves. And so I give thanks. I give thanks for all of these qualities of spirit that are expressing as each and every one of us right here and right now. And so if you resonate with anything that has been said in this prayer, affirm by saying, and so it is.
So
And so it is.
So it is.
So the last question is,
And
shall
so
we
it is.
dance? Shall we dance? And I turn it over to you, Ashley.
thank you, Reverend Michele.
You're welcome.
Today's talk and group participation was so enlightening on so many stages, and I know that for us, you have actually given us so much, in that I know, like for me, I wasn't looking at the qualities of the donkey in the way that you have jogged my thoughts. And so I know that the universe did help you to lead us in this direction with your talk.